Hi, my name is Emma, also known as the Urban Botanist. I'm a designer, online plant educator, and overall nature nut. And today I'm going to give you a tour of my plant collection. Let's check it out. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, and I have lived here my entire life. Welcome to my plant corner. The first time I ever discovered my passion for plants was when I was around 5 or 6 years old, spending these summers camping deep in the woods, lifting up rocks, picking up frogs, cutting different species that I'd find in the forest, bringing them home, trying to figure out what kind of plant they were, all the way till when I was in my university years and studying biology and really wanting to grow my own personal plant collection to feel that connection to nature at home. The way that I've set up plants in my home is to really sort of try and replicate a natural environment. I really have the thought of bringing the outdoors in. I sort of want a corner of every piece of my home to have a pop of greenery because of the way that it makes me feel being surrounded by plants. Let me show you some of my favorite plants. One of them right here, front and center, is my Monstera Esqueleto. I love this plant because of the large and really unique fenestrations. That's what these holes are called. A lot of people love the Monstera Deliciosa. They are iconic for a reason, but I love the Monstera Esqueleto because it is like kind of the next level of a Monstera Deliciosa, in my opinion at least. So this is my favorite part of my space. As you can imagine, I've had full control over completely designing, curating my plant collection, and honestly, this is just my happy place. Some other plants that I have in this area are my carnivorous plants. So I've got two different types. I have Butterworts, Pinguicula, Moranensis, and this one right here is a type of a Sundew or a Drosera. These small hairs act as triggers. This sundew curls and captures the insect. And those sticky tendrils, that stickiness, is actually a digestive enzyme that then digests and essentially consumes the insect. Another reason why you would love to have carnivorous plants in your collection is because they're great for managing pests, those annoying fruit flies or fungus gnats that, if you're a plant parent, you've experienced them. Another one of my favorite plants, and is so insanely long. I should really measure this thing because I can't even tell you how many haircuts I've given it, but just look at this beautiful, this is called a string of hearts. I definitely recommend this for beginners because it just rewards and rewards and rewards. And it has really unique flowers too. It is meant to capture flies that fly up inside of the flower itself, captures those flies, lets it fly around and cover itself in pollen, and then the cage opens up, releasing the fly to go and pollinate other nearby string of hearts. So this is my second favorite part of my home, and it's called my safe room, or my second plant room, really. It's where I come to just be with my plants, meditate, journal. So this is another favorite little corner of mine that I've designed very intentionally to have the natural light coming in and kind of having all of my senses being stimulated by nature. This is another one of my favorite plants in my collection. I've had it for about 5 years now, and this is a Calathea rattlesnake. Another really common name for a Calathea is a prayer plant, and that's because at the end and beginning of each day, it opens and closes. So right now you can see it's completely open, but by the end of the day, all of the leaves will sort of perk up and close just like this. So it has a lot of movement to it. It has a lot of personality to it. And traditionally, Calatheas are a little bit more difficult to care for. This one has just rewarded and rewarded and rewarded me with new leaves, bigger growth. So it's absolutely one of my favorite plants in my collection. A time recently where plants brought me peace was when I was going through a very difficult loss of my dog, which was a sudden and kind of quite traumatic loss. But being able to come home and be in my space, tend to my plants, and sort of get into this flow of giving, receiving, giving and receiving, you know, while I was going through that tumultuous, difficult, and honestly depressing time, it was really nice to have something else living that I could pour myself into that would pour itself back to me as well. A really great plant tip that I love to recommend is propagating. A Scindapsus is the type of plant that you can turn into lots of baby plants, and that's what propagation essentially is where you take a cutting, and as long as the node or anywhere where a leaf meets the stem is submerged underwater, new roots will grow from that node and result in lots of little baby plants. This is just after 3 months of growth. This can easily be transferred into a pot with soil and it will grow just like the rest of your plants will. Some words of encouragement for somebody who wants to start growing their own houseplant collection at home is to start small. You don't need to go out and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get the rare plants, the cool plants, quote unquote, all of the equipment, all the gear. All you really need is a windowsill, and one single plant. Start small, start easy, and grow from there.